Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Earthrise Grapple. And this is the first grapple toy we have had in a long while. I think the last one was Universe, and it's a Voyager. It's kind of a small Voyager. I'll show you a comparison in a second. But as far as detailing on an Earthrise, just on a alt mode level, I'm overall pretty happy with mine. I think I would have appreciated a little more color on some of the rims. I think, it kind of has a little bit of robot parts hanging out, but that's unavoidable at this point, at this price point. I really love the cab work. My grapple is unfortunately missing the front passenger wheel. I did already contact Hasbro and they are sending a replacement. But as far as just a little truck, I mean, it rolls just fine. The little standing pylons don't really do anything, which wasn't expected, but it's nice that they included that paint detail. His grappling hook can move 360. It can move up and down on a nice ratchet. It can extend in and out. He's got kind of his four-pronged crane piece hanging off, but you can also take that off and just have a normal hook. I would have appreciated if this hook had something sculpted in so it wasn't an enclosed space and you could actually hook something on top if it was just an open hook piece. But other than that, he's a cute little truck. And when I say little, he is little. Let's take a look at the previous Voyager truck mold from Universe. This is my current Inferno, and until I got my hands on Grapple, I wanted to show the two of them together, but now it's enough of a size difference that it really throws me off. Comparing Grapple to a deluxe figure, I mean, he's clearly not a deluxe figure. He has more mass than a deluxe, but comparing him to a previous Voyager figure, I mean, in my mind, he's about half the mass of the of Inferno. There's just a lot less plastic here, and I know times are changing. There's inflation and things like that, but this is my first personal experience with the figure that I'm a bit unsatisfied with the price point I got him at. I did manage to get him on sale, which I'm happy with, but paying, what was it, $20 in 2010 for this versus $30 retail. I got mine for, I think, half price because of the sale that was at Target. But $20 in 2010 for this versus $30 in 2020 for this is a bit of a tough pill to swallow. Because they're both like construction type vehicles, I kind of wanted them, Grapple and Hoist, to look good together. They both have cranes and stuff. But just Hoist being as big as he is, that's a little tough for me, for my personal collection, to have them standing next together in alt mode. And I do transform my figures enough that is a bit of an issue for me. Whereas Universe Grapple, using the old Inferno mold, I think that looks fine together. But this one is just a little too different. We'll see what I end up. I think I'll keep him because I really like his robot mode, which we'll get to in a second. Just another quick size comparison. What I do like about Grapple is his crane can extend out to the entire length of his body, which is pretty much what the Masterpiece figures, that's almost the extent that the Masterpiece figures went to in terms of their ladders and cranes. So I'm glad that this isn't all we got. I could have seen a world where this is the extent of the crane that we got, but I'm glad it has that extending piece. But yeah, like comparing him to, a Masterpiece figure, that size looks more reasonable, but just knowing what a previous Voyager looked like makes it just a bit tougher to look at. But if you're curious about all the different bots, this is one of the ways that I collect. I'm really happy I was able to get Inferno, Artfire, Grapple, and Road Hauler all in different molds here. I think that looks really awesome, and I'm really happy that I was able to do that. get these guys out of here. All right, now let's go ahead and get Grapple transformed. We're going to start out by taking off his crane, taking off the gun on the side here. You can take this piece off if you wanted to. And to start the transformation, we're going to move his crane out of the way, collapse it, and come in and fold his cab in half. That gets his robot arms out of the way. We can fold those around the cabin, flipping out his fists. There we go. A little tight, but going ahead and getting his fists out here for us. And I mean, you can kind of see where the rest of the transformation is. It's very simple, but I like it a lot. The crane piece, it connects to his back here and then to his feet here. We just pop those pegs out. I know some people were having problems with the pegs. They had to shave things down. I didn't have any of those issues on my grapple. And then you can fold in on an accordion, basically his entire back piece, folding, once it's collapsed in on his back, this assembly you can fold down and click into place his headpiece. Now that that's clicked into place, you can take his crane assembly, collapse that down behind him, and let's raise our camera just a little bit. We can take his feet. They start out in this straight position. We can fold those down and they click. Again, same thing here. This tab clicks into this slot here, locking his feet in place, flipping his head around. And here we have, in robot mode, an excellent looking grapple. Well, when they talk about Earthrise being mini masterpieces, I mean, at this price range, right, this really is exactly what they're talking about. He looks terrific. And I'll show him next to the masterpieces in a little bit. Here we can put all his different accessories on him, give him his gun, give him his little hose thing, give him the hook can stay. Let's just put it on his leg for now. He looks awesome. He's got good articulation. I really like his head sculpt. They got some like red paint. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it's just the way the silver is painted and then the light blue eyes. But that just gives him this like vibrant, angry energy look that I really, really, really like. I love the sculpted details on him. His articulation is terrific. Arms go 360. They carved out the shoulder pylon in a way that lets his elbows go 90, or his shoulders go 90, sorry. His elbows go slightly more than 90 degrees. No articulation on the wrist, but he does have bicep swivel. He does have a waist swivel that is very unhindered by his back assembly. He can absolutely do the splits. His knees go 90 degrees. I kind of wish these were a little deeper. I realize it would have involved carving a bit more out of the back of his legs, which I don't think I'll do anytime soon. But his knees go 90 degrees. And like every Earthrise and Siege figure, he does have nice deep ankle tilts, which are much appreciated and give him a great sense of posability. So yeah, that's robot mode grapple and his articulation. He looks awesome. I like the paint that we've gotten. Not a ton on him, but the bits that we get, really the orange, the yellow, and the black look awesome together. And we'll go ahead and get him compared to some other figures. Here he is next to his construction buddy, Hoist. And again, this kind of shows, I know Hoist is a large deluxe figure. In the previous video I did showing off Hoist, we talked about how he is bigger than the average deluxe size. But this just, to me, goes to show a bit on how small Grapple can be as a Voyager. I do wish he was a good bit taller. I wouldn't mind seeing a leader Grapple figure in the future, I think. I think just getting more mass on him would be a terrific option for fans to purchase. But yeah, there's the two of them together, and let's take a look at Grapple versus the other uses of the Inferno mold. Okay, so here is Grapple, front and center. Next to him is Voyager Universe, Voyager Inferno. And I know this is a much more traditional G1 design, but I really like this design for Inferno. And again, for these two guys, I would have appreciated them if he was a little bigger, stood at head height with Inferno. Here's them just kind of standing straight up next to each other. I mean, there's just so much more mass here. Even with Inferno not perfectly at intention, he just kind of towers over Grapple. But I do think they look pretty good together. I'm going to keep my eye out for a knockoff of Grapple in the future, just to get him just that bit bigger. Here he is to describe, or to show off how I was describing him as a mini masterpiece. Here he is next to Mastermind Creations Road Hauler. Essentially the same character in two different molds. He's just got that super G1 look to him, to Inferno, or to Grapple, that I think a lot of fans are really happy to pay for. And then here he is next to the actual masterpiece. In this case, it is Artfire. Just great proportioning and sculpting and everything. I think people are going to be very happy with Grapple. My only real complaint about him is the size. The wheel thing, that's a one-off freak accident that I don't think anyone else will deal with. I'll get mine replaced. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I like the four of them together. I think it really shows off just how well sculpted and proportioned Grapple is. I just wish mine was a little bigger, and I'll keep an eye out for it. But I don't think that should stop you from picking one up, especially if you wanted a G1 Grapple in your life. I think Earthrise Grapple is a great version of that character, and I'll catch you all later. Have a great one. See ya! Okay, it's time to announce the winner of the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Hoist figure that I announced in giving away last week. Here are our entries per the contest rules. We have Power Helm, Kenny C. Casey, Gen 1 Red Alert, Tatimus Prime, Ted Spaghetti, Andrew Hinn, Jim Hayes, Kato's Collection, and Kevin Modzlewiski. And out of those 9 entries, let's see who gets it. Random between 1 through 9. It is 7. That's Jim Hayes. Jim Hayes, you can reach out to me via Twitter, Reddit, Facebook. Let me know how I can get ROTF Hoist into your hands as soon as possible. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day.